Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner. In this video, we're not going to talk about a very happy topic, but it is something that I've been through, and whether I wanted it or not, it kind of has defined me up until this point. But I'm ready to talk about it, share what I've been through with you, and then I will be ready to let go. So I was bullied from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade until school was over. And it made me hate school. I dreaded going to school. It was not an exciting place. The only good thing about school was meeting my very few friends. And now that I think back to it, my best friend at the time, all throughout those years, at that time I considered her my best friend. I loved her. I would do anything for her. And I only now realize that she was never there for me. And she never stood up for me, not even once. She never talked to me about the bullies. She wasn't there like a friend was supposed to be. So I guess in a way, I was going through this and I was just lonely. She was in the same class as I was. She was always sitting right next to me. She would experience everything in secondhand. It was not towards her, but I was just right there and she just ignored everything. I guess tried to ignore everything. I would not speak a word about it. I would never say anything back. I would not talk back to any of the bullies. I would always just stay quiet, stay on my little corner, and just try to ignore it. I thought the best thing was to ignore it, and I guess I was not brave enough to speak up. I just couldn't find the courage to speak up and just defend myself against everybody. So if I could go back in time, if I could talk to my younger self, if I could just say, speak up, just say something. Don't just stand there and let them walk over you. I have no explanation for how and why it happened. I guess I was an easy target. I was always vulnerable and it was just too easy for them to do it. I wouldn't say it was a physical type of bullying, even though I can recall at least one time where I've had things thrown at me. Besides that one time, it was always just, I guess, psychological bullying. They would just, call me things. They would laugh at me. They would just make jokes about me. Sometimes in my face, sometimes indirectly, not at my face, but I was there and they were aware that I was listening. Every time I said something which was very minimal, they would laugh at me. It was like either they would joke that my voice was funny. I don't know. Every time I spoke, they would laugh at me. Gym class, I was running, they would laugh at me. I am 24 years old now, and I know that that should be in my past, but it's not. So, and that is something that I've struggled with for a long time. And I'm not gonna cry. I usually do when I talk about this. It hurts. Because of the bullying, my self-esteem became the lowest ever, if even none. I just had no self-esteem whatsoever because I was told I was ugly for so many years, for so long, from so many people, that it's very hard not to believe it at some point. And that is why my self-esteem definitely just dropped to zero. I had no self-esteem. Even now, I'm married now, and it is different now, but I do realize that I needed a lot of compliments. I needed a lot of things from my husband to boost my self-esteem. Like, I need words of affirmation. I need other people's approval, and I need compliments to boost my self-esteem, because otherwise I just feel worthless. I just feel like ugly and not worth it, and I just feel like complete crap. And also because of the bullying, I developed social anxiety, because whatever I did, whatever I said, they would laugh at me and they would make jokes, and that was just ongoing every day for 6 years of my life. I am still working through social anxiety. I have to say it's gotten way better than it was. It was pretty bad back then. But I can finally say that I am more comfortable with who I am. I am more confident with who I am. And I can talk to people now better than I used to. Honestly, I could say even like a year or two ago, even, I would be walking or even just going grocery shopping, and every time someone passes by me or someone that is nearby is laughing, immediately I think that those people are laughing at me. That's how my mind became. And I could say that only now, very, very recently, I've started to become more at peace with myself and not so paranoid. And another thing that's also sad is that I can vividly recall this one moment that I was even bullied by a teacher. And honestly, I really want to let it all go. I want to be at a point in my life where I can say, I forgive them. You know, I guess I'm tired of holding this grudge against all of them. I'm tired of holding this inside of me and just being angry at them constantly, and all this resentment that I have towards all of those people. And honestly, they probably don't even remember. They probably don't even care. Like, somebody says my name, they're like, who? Like, they don't care. Maybe they do, but most likely not, because they already moved on with their lives. And even though they were bullies and they were really bad people and they did what they did, they probably already moved on and they don't care. You know, they're happy with their lives. Meanwhile, I'm here still hung to the past and still not able to move on with my life and still holding this hatred inside of me for them. I need to let it go. And that is really hard. Even as I'm saying it, I feel like I'm doubting myself. Like, will I really be able to let it all go? I don't know, but I'm gonna try. And if you are being bullied at this moment in your life, don't be like me and speak up. Say something. Talk to someone. Don't just stay quiet and just let things run its course. Because from my experience, it only ended once school was over and I was away from everybody. So say something. You can talk to your parents, you can talk to your friends. There's always someone you can talk to. There's even a phone number that you can call if you need help, and that will be in the description. So please speak up and don't be like me. And as you may or may not have noticed, I cut my hair. And I guess I could use this as a metaphor to letting things go and putting things in the past.